Level 1. The Santohei. Private recruit. The Emperor needs bodies. That's you. You're 20, standing on a train platform in Osaka, with a paper notice in your hand. A corporal walks up and punches you in the face. No warning, no reason. That's your welcome to the Imperial Japanese Army. You are the bottom. You are furniture. The older soldiers don't learn your name. They call you Isen Gorin. 1 sen, 5 rin. That's the cost of the postcard that drafted you. That's what you're worth. You have a Type 99 rifle, a bayonet longer than your arm, and a helmet that rusts in the rain. Your job is simple. Obey. Every morning at 0600, you bow toward the Imperial Palace and recite 2,700 characters of the Imperial Rescript. If you stumble, you get hit. If you're slow at drill, you get hit. If a second-year soldier is bored, you get hit. They call it binta. The manga artist Shigeru Mizuki said he wasn't in the army 2 days before the beatings began. You last 4 hours. You make 6 yen a month. Your sister makes 30 in a textile factory. You're cheaper than she is. You write your parents that training is going well. You don't mention the bruises. Your first deployment is Guadalcanal. The Navy says 3 weeks. The island is jungle and American Marines. Your supply ship sinks, then your second ship, then your third. You eat grass, you eat bark, you drink from puddles with bodies floating in them. Of 31,400 men sent here, 19,200 die, most from starvation. Your own army forgot to feed you, but you survive. That makes you useful. Level 2. The Jotohei. Superior Private. 6 months pass. You're promoted. Your pay bumps to 9 yen. Now you're a second-year soldier. Now you do the beating. A new conscript arrives from Hokkaido. He's 19. He's shaking. You punch him in the face, just like they punched you. You don't enjoy it, but you don't stop. This is the system. Violence flows downward. Generals slap colonels. Colonels slap majors. Tojo himself cuffed subordinates in staff meetings. The anger has to land somewhere. It lands on the newest private. How do you move up? You don't complain. You don't die. Your lieutenant points at a machine gun nest. You charge. 3 men beside you drop. You keep running. You make it to the sandbags. You kill 2 Americans with your bayonet. You walk back alone. That's how. Level 3. The Gocho. Corporal. You're 23. 2 stripes. You have 13 men under you. Kids from fishing villages who held their first rifle last month. Your job is to keep them alive long enough to be useful. You teach them to dig, to clean a weapon in humidity that rots everything, to die quiet. You make 15 yen a month. Your father made more selling fish, but your father isn't getting shot at. Your division ships to New Guinea. The officers call it strategic. What they don't tell you is that 150,000 Japanese soldiers will be sent here. Only 10,000 will come home. 1 regiment lands with 6,151 men. 91 return. No enemy required. Just malaria, just starvation, just orders that made no sense. You write your mother the weather is pleasant. Every word is a lie. Your stomach hasn't stopped cramping in 3 weeks. Level 4. The Gunso. Sergeant. You're 26. You command a platoon. 54 men. Your job is food, ammunition, discipline, and making sure none of your men surrender. The Shinjin-kun Code is clear. January 8th, 1941, War Minister Tojo issued the order himself. Never live to experience shame as a prisoner. If one of your men tries to surrender, you shoot him yourself. If you try to surrender, your family loses their rations. Your parents get shunned. Your sister never marries. You make 23 yen a month. You're assigned to Iwo Jima. General Kuribayashi forbids bonsai charges. He wants tunnel warfare. You dig 18 miles of underground fortress with hand tools. The sulfur vents make it 140 degrees. Men collapse from heat. You drag them deeper, but here's the catch. Of 21,000 defenders, 20,700 will die. That's 98.9%. The Americans take 216 prisoners, most of them unconscious when captured. You do the math once, you stop doing the math. Level 5. The Jun-E. Warrant officer. You're the bridge. Enlisted men below, officers above. You rose from private. You know this army from the bottom. You make 40 yen a month. Your job is technical. Maybe communications. Maybe artillery maintenance. Maybe you're the senior medic who ran out of morphine 6 months ago. You don't lead charges anymore, but you watch the lieutenants lead them. Academy boys. 22 years old, swords raised, dead in a week. You've outlived 11 platoon leaders. You stopped learning their names. The loneliness is different here. Enlisted men see you as an officer. Officers see you as enlisted. You eat alone. You write letters to a wife who stopped writing back after Saipan fell. If you survive, you retire as a forgotten man. If you die, your name goes on a list nobody reads. Level 6. The Shoei. Second Lieutenant. You graduated from the Imperial Army Academy. 4 years, 8 months of training. You carry a sword, not because it's useful, because it marks you as samurai. You make 70 yen a month. You have an orderly who polishes your boots. You eat better than your men. You sleep in a tent while they sleep in mud. But your job is to die first. You stand at the front with your sword raised. You scream "Ten no Heika Banzai" and charge machine guns. The Americans have water-cooled Brownings. 500 rounds per minute. Your sword is 3 feet long. Your life expectancy in combat is measured in weeks, not months, weeks. The War Ministry knows this. They keep the academy running at full capacity. There's always another lieutenant. Level 7. The Tai E. Captain. Company commander. 180 men. Your job is to feed them, equip them, lead them to victory. Instead, you watch them disappear. You're in the Philippines. Supply convoys get torpedoed by American submarines. The Navy lost the sea lanes 8 months ago, but nobody told headquarters. Your men haven't eaten in 6 days. They're too weak to hold their rifles steady. You order foraging parties. They come back with roots and frogs. Of 432,000 Japanese soldiers in the Philippines, 255,000 will die, up to 80% from starvation, not combat. You write medal recommendations for men who charged tanks. The truth is, they were too hungry to run in any direction. You make 122 yen a month. You haven't spent a single yen in 4 months. There's nothing to buy. Your own stomach cramps constantly. But you eat last. Always last. That's the code. Level 8. The Taisa. Colonel. You're 45. Regimental commander. 3,800 men. You attend briefings in bunkers that smell like mold. You sign orders that send battalions into valleys where none return. You make 310 yen a month. It sits in a bank in Tokyo you'll probably never see again. Your job is to execute strategy, but there is no strategy. You knew the war was lost after Midway, after Guadalcanal, after the Marianas, but you cannot say this. Defeatism is treason, so you bow, you salute, you sign more orders. The Americans are landing with translators and file clerks. They're documenting everything. Who gave which order? Who commanded which unit during which massacre? War crimes tribunals are coming. The Germans are already hanging at Nuremberg. You have options: a pistol, a sword, a rope in Colorado. Or you testify against the generals and pray MacArthur shows mercy. Level 9. The Chujo. Lieutenant General. Division Commander. 15,000 men. You answer directly to Imperial General Headquarters. You receive orders stamped with the Emperor's chrysanthemum seal. You're on Okinawa. June 22nd, 1945. The battle is over. American flags fly over Shuri Castle. 110,000 of your soldiers are dead. You failed. You put on your dress uniform, white gloves, all your medals. You face north toward the Imperial Palace. Your adjutant hands you a knife. You kneel on a white sheet so the blood won't stain the floor. You cut. Your aide fires a bullet into your skull to end it. He follows 30 seconds later. Your last order. Colonel Yahata must survive. Someone has to tell Tokyo what happened here. The defeat needs a witness. Level 10. The Gensu. Field Marshal. This rank doesn't come from promotion. It comes from the Emperor himself. Only 17 men in history received it. You are a living symbol of imperial power. But symbols don't stop B-29s. Field Marshal Sugiyama shoots himself on September 12th. His wife follows with a knife. Field Marshal Hada gets 20 years at Sugamo Prison. The Imperial Japanese Army dissolves. The flag burns. 2.3 million graves remain. Most of them dead from starvation, disease, and orders that made no sense.